Many people are afraid of the dentist, but today I am talking to Dr. Paul Henny, who uses relationship-based dentistry to make people feel a little more comfortable. Is that right? Was that accurate?
That's correct, Brittany.
Okay, so tell us about your relationship-based dentistry. What all goes into that?
Basically, the concept of this practice is for us to help individuals with more complex problems. A lot of people have very frustrating situations with regard to their teeth. They don't know who to turn to. Sometimes the problems may take several months or sometimes several years for them to resolve. And they need a place to go to where things can be evaluated thoroughly, as well as plans can be set forth that'll work out for them long term.
Okay, so when people come in, you actually take the time to get to know your patients before anything happens, right?
That's correct. I mean, when you think about it, everybody has a different feeling about the appearance of their teeth or what they want to do with them or even how long they want to keep them going forward. So it's really important as a dentist to really get to know each person individually and to listen to them about what it is they're trying to achieve or what their issues are and what they want to do about it.
And I feel like the people who come and visit you, some of them must absolutely love you because they're traveling from all over the place. So where do you have some people traveling from?
We have one client that flies in from London.
Wow.
We have another client that flies in from Anchorage, Alaska. Okay. We have a number of people that come in from probably, I'd say, 100-mile radius commonly here.
And do you think the reason is because you are so patient-focused?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all about the planning and spending the time to get to know people and helping them in a significant way that really matches up with what they want to see happen over time.
Are you just kind of finding their goals and then you're making the steps to achieve their goals? Is that kind of how it works?
Pretty much, but a lot of times people will come in without even clarified goals that you have to almost help them understand what's possible and from there what they want to do and then from there establish goals.
And you all are so different. I mean, from the moment I walked in the door, you feel different. The place is different. It's so comfortable here. So kind of describe a little bit of your office.
It's really designed to be sort of like somebody's home, my home, really. And we welcome people here in that sort of way. We get to know people real well. We have various areas of the practice that are designed for various different functions, as you would expect. This space right here that we're sitting in right now is just a lounge area where people can sit back and read a book or magazine or watch TV or get some water or sit up at the juice bar. We have other spaces that are conference spaces. Okay. We have other spaces that are treatment spaces. So it just kind of depends on what the situation is with each person.
Okay. Now, what are some of the services? I feel like there are so many, but what are some services that you offer?
Well, we focus primarily on what I would call restorative dentistry, which is kind of recreating what was there originally. Let's say teeth are missing or extremely worn down and not functioning right. We restore things back to the way they originally were. In some cases, we'll restore things back to better than they originally were. If the patient, for instance, never liked their smile, then we can restore it back to a better endpoint than that. We work with a lot of people that have jaw joint problems, TMJ problems. That's a big aspect of my practice as well. Okay.
Now, if somebody wants to learn more about you, maybe schedule an appointment, what is your phone number, website that people can find you?
My website is paulhennydds.com, and there are probably 15 or 20 videos there that are really there for information purposes. So you can go to a specific topic and learn more about that even before you call us. You can just call us at 540-774-1577 if you want to just set up a free conference with me and just share with me what's going on and what you think you might want to be doing about it.
Great. Thank you so much. And if you want a link to his website, we'll have it at our website. Just go to daytimeblueridge.com.